Good evening. My name is Lorenzo Brown, and I'm the principal of Matthew C. Perry High School. I would like to welcome you to our commencement exercise for the class of 2019. In preparation for our ceremony, I would like to ask that you turn off or place your cell phones on vibrate. If you have small children and you have attended one of our graduations previously, then you know I'm going to ask you to place your children on vibrate as well. We ask that doing so will ensure that they remain in their seats and not be allowed to move about in a manner that could be distracting to others. We have a photographer who will take official photographs and ask that you not come down to the stage area. You may, however, position yourself to take pictures as the graduates begin the processional end and as they continue the processional exiting. We are once again making history tonight, as this class will be the largest class in the history of Perry, with 39 graduates. Last year we had 38. Growth. Please follow the guidance of our National Honor Society ushers as directed. While this is an extremely joyous time for all of us, please assist me by helping preserve the dignity and respect that this special type of ceremony deserves. After the name of the senior is called, a pre-recorded short statement written by each student will play through an audio recording. I ask that you please make sure that everyone's statement can be heard by maintaining your silence. There will be time for you to celebrate, but that will not be it. I will now turn our program over to our Mistress of Ceremony, Ms. Aline Wall.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Matthew C. Perry High School's Class of 2019 Commencement Ceremony. I would like to introduce the faculty of Matthew C. Perry High School, followed by the Class of 2019. Please stand.
Please remain standing for the presentation of the colors and the singing of the national anthem by Matthew C. Perry's own Samurai Singers.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Members of the class of 2019 will present a multilingual welcome. English as spoken by Haley Harris, Spanish as delivered by Lexis Alvarado, and Tagalog as provided by Hazel Bulldog. Finally, Karen Maramoto brings a warm welcome in Japanese.
Good evening. My name is Haley Harris, and I would like to welcome you to the commencement ceremony of Matthew C. Perry High School for the class of 2019. We would like to thank all the faculty, friends, family, and honored guests who grace us here with their presence at this shining moment in our lives. We hope that this evening will be a memorable celebration of our class's accomplishments as we close the chapter in one phase of our lives and turn the page towards another, more exciting phase towards our future.
Muy buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Alexis Alvarado y quiero darles una cordial bienvenida a todos ustedes a esta ceremonia de graduación de la preparatoria Matthew C. Perry de la clase 2019. Queremos dar las gracias a todos los maestros, familiares, amigos y honorables invitados que nos honran con su presencia en este momento tan brillante en nuestras vidas. Esperamos que esta tarde sea una celebración memorable para celebrar los logros de esta clase. Ahora que cerramos el capítulo de esta fase de nuestras vidas y pasar una página más felizmente hacia nuestro futuro. Una vez más, gracias por estar aquí. Dios los bendiga. Magandang gabi po. Ako si Hazel Bulldog at malungkot ko kayong tinaganda sa programang pagtatapos ang Matthew C. Perry High School klase ng 2019. Nagpapasalamat kami sa lahat ng mga guro, mga kaibigan, pamilya at panahuwig pangdal na kinakilig sa aming sa mahalagang sandaling itong ang aming buhay. Umaasa kami ng ang gabing ito magiging magabuluhang pasasalo sa pangunita ang aming mga tagumpay sa pasasara isang itong aming buhay at maluwing bukas na pinabagong ito para sa aming matagumpay na kinabukasan. Maraming salamat po.
Konbanwa. 私は丸本カレンです。マッシューペリ高校の2019年年度の卒業式へようこそお越しくださいました。この式、今までお世話になった学校の先生、家族、そして来賓の皆様方と共に迎える感謝しております。この式が我々の人生の中でおいての一つの到達点となり、次の目標への新たなスタートとなるように願っております。
I would now like to welcome to the podium the principal of Matthew C. Perry High School, Mr. Lorenzo Brown.
As the principal of Matthew C. Perry High School, it is an incredible honor for me to welcome you to our 2019 commencement ceremony. I would like to extend a personal welcome to Ms. Laverne Alton, our Community Superintendent for Pacific East District, Lieutenant Colonel Eric Harris, Executive Officer, Marine Corps Air Station Iwakuni, Mr. Dwayne Jefferson, Principal, Iwakuni Intermediate School, Mr. Arturo Rivera, Principal, MC Perry Elementary School, Mr. Keith Carr, School Liaison Officer, MCAS Iwakuni. And last but not least, to my family whose enduring support sustains me daily, to my two Dodia alumni, Lindea Yakota High School class of 2006 and Lakia MC Perry High School 2014, and a special acknowledgement to their mom and my wife, the adorable Linda Brown. I would also like to welcome Team Samurai. What is Team Samurai? It is identified as the faculty and staff, students, parents, community members of Matthew C. Perry High School, as well as the 3 additional high schools in our Iwakuni complex. You are all welcome, as well as all the invited guests, those in the local area and those who came from afar, for this signature life moment. Today literally started with a bang. This wasn't in the original speech, but I had to edit it. And I immediately wondered if the events of this evening were in jeopardy, and for a time it seems as though it was. I am so happy power was restored, and we do not have to resort to alternate plans for this graduation. So why are we here? Oh yeah, commencement. A commencement is a beginning. Many of the 39 seniors woke up this morning thinking this is the end of high school. In reality, it is the beginning of the rest of their lives. They are commencing the rest of their lives. This is my 31st high school graduation, but no 2 graduating classes have ever been the same. We are all here tonight because of a connection to one or more of these graduates, or a family member. Exactly who are these graduates? Why are you here? This is part of the program that allows me to paint a picture of this class for you. Every year, as part of my personal welcome, I feel obliged to provide details to the audience about this group of individuals assembled on this stage tonight. A tradition that has served me well as principal is providing the senior interview sheet to the students to assist me in establishing a class profile for those in attendance tonight, as you may not be as familiar with everyone on the stage. The following are the results of those interview sheets the students returned to me. I asked them how many years they have attended Perry. The average length of time was 2.9 years. I also asked them about the many moves that the seniors and their families working for the Department of Defense, and our seniors have moved an average of 3.6 times in their life, with Hazel Bulldog and Isaiah Chase moving 9 times. Trinity Wolf has moved 8 times. In this class, Trinity has also attended 11 schools, while Alexis Alvarado, Hazel Bulldog, Katie Harris, and Bradley Ponciano have attended 7 schools. 12 students have attended Matthew C. Perry since their freshman year. Hazel Bulldog, Lorenzo Brown, Jacob Brownlee, C.J. Dilfort, Christian Irons, Kai Lang, Takumi Roth, William Rudolph, Sarah Psyche, Mackenzie Schmidt, Valerie Alexis Thomas, and Marion Vesper. I also asked them about their plans after high school. Approximately 8% plan to immediately join our nation's military. We have a whopping 78% who plan on attending a 2, 4-year or college or university following graduation. With the remainder will begin the world of work or practice a combination of college and or military. I also asked about changes they would make to the school or personally, where they see themselves in 10 or 20 years from now, and their parting shots or words of wisdom for the younger samurai. I would also like to share that with you. As far as personal changes, work harder, pay attention more, be more nice, stop procrastinating, complain less and enjoy more, take yearbook, not talking to dramatic people, nothing, twice, doing more sports, doing my homework, participate more in fine arts, take more computer classes, do more than just athletics. School changes. I want free periods. No changes, nothing, it's fine the way it is. 3 times. Change some of the people. Nothing, because all the good and bad makes Perry, Perry. Adjust the bell schedule. Freshman. We can't go to school for a half day. What would you be doing in 10 years? Finishing a pre-med program, a U.S. Navy nuclear engineer, being a mom, being a lawyer, traveling the world, cross-country coach, veterinarian, a teacher, an athletic trainer, completing residency after med school, electrician, cosmetic dermatologist, combat engineer, policeman eating donuts, pro soccer player, balling out in Australia, pastry chef, living my best life, in the NBA with Dion and Ant. 20 years from now, military doctor, married and in the Navy, still being a mom, still traveling the world, running a fashion empire, still a cross-country coach, still living my best life. Who knows? Retiring from the Marine Corps, higher in the police force or CIA/FBI, and still eating donuts. Living in Europe, working and supporting my family, balling in Australia with kids, retiring from the NBA. And their parting shots or words of wisdom. High school life goes by in the blink of an eye, so don't blink. Always be thankful for friends, families, and opportunities you have. Be humble. Become a better you every day. Build a plan and follow through. You will never be better than the class of 2019. However, good luck. Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work. Don't let anything ruin your focus from your studies. Positive vibes only. Be open-minded and don't slack off. What you put in is what you get out. Finish strong, stay motivated, live your best life, respect others, and have fun. And these are direct quotes from what they provided to me. What I've just read is a sampling of their memories and comments for this class. It is a unique class. There are 39 graduating tonight, but one senior, Sierra Lewis, left us due to a PCS move. She made an indelible mark on this class. Also leaving a mark is a prominent homeschool student with deep Perry roots. Her name is Mackenzie Smith. She has represented Perry well in drama, yearbook, Far East music, creative connections, and journalism. Finally, our valedictorian, Katie Harris, was the only senior in the Pacific to be named a National Merit Finalist. She is one of 2 such finalists out of over 2,600 seniors in Dodea, worldwide. Seniors, your fond memories tell me that Perry High School has touched your lives in positive and hopefully unforgettable ways. And it makes me happy to know that you soon won't forget Paradise or the Family Ride. You are a unique class and no one can ever touch you. I know many people say that often. I discovered during the grade verification process that the average GPA for these 39 seniors, their cumulative average GPA is 3.49, which is very impressive. And before I close, I would like to say a special thank you to some very important people for their support for this graduation. Ms. Patty Swiderski, the senior sponsor, who just went above and beyond with everything. Ms. Renee Cobb for her support behind the scenes as well. Mr. Kevin Rossiter and Mr. Stephen Plummer, who worked tirelessly to make sure that we would be able to have a live stream for graduation, even with Dodea's limited technological abilities. Trinity Wolf, who produced the amazing slideshow that you watched before the ceremony began. Please, please. There are many others on the back of your program. It takes a total team effort to make this event successful, and many have given above and beyond in that regard. To all of you, I say thank you, and to everyone, I say welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. The members of the class of 2019 will now make a special presentation to their parents and guardians. This year's class salutatorian is Marion Vestbrink, graduating with a cumulative grade point average of 4.179. Please welcome Marion Vestbrink.
Good afternoon. First, I'd like to welcome faculty, classmates, and family and friends who are joining us here today. This day, June 7th, 2019, marks a very special day. It is officially the last time we will be able to walk the long halls of our school as samurai. And though it is easy to reminisce on the moment, we can't forget those who've allowed us to do so. I'd like to thank Principal Mr. Brown and Assistant Principal Mrs. Cobb for contributing towards 4 solid years of our high school career. Your interest in our class has been instrumental to our learning. I'd also like to take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to a few other individuals who have especially guided our class into a smooth school year. Mr. Lang and Mr. Rossiter for their continued support towards the senior class, Mr. Williams for allowing athletics and academics at our school to be a possibility, and finally, Mrs. Swiderski for all her behind-the-scenes work and sacrifice of her own time for the senior class. On behalf of my class, I'd like to thank you all, family and close friends, for attending and experiencing a highly important milestone in our lives with us. Without your love and support, many of us would likely not have found the strength to finish off this year strong. I personally would like to thank my mom for providing my family and I without ever seeking anything in return, my dad for the small acts of affection he would disguise as tough love, my brother for being the only person who can make me laugh obnoxiously, and my my sister Maya for being the best personal photographer I ever had. To all my friends, thank you for constantly reminding me that life is meant to be filled with smiles and endless joy. And to Kim, Gabe, Alexis, Janelle, and Hugo, thank you for always being there for me. I find it odd that in my years of attending Matthew C. Perry, I never realized how long I've attended this school, starting from 2nd grade. And while most of my classmates cannot say this high school is the only one I've ever known. To think that today I will be leaving behind 4 years of memories made at this school is bittersweet for me, but I haven't necessarily been alone. From freshman year or earlier, I had the chance of knowing 11 others who've attended Perry too. Sarah, Natalie, CJ, Hazel, Jacob, Kai, Christian, Lorenzo, Valerie, Takumi, and William. Regardless of where we all came from, our senior class has felt like we've been through eternity. And for Kyle and Trey, who joined our class midway through the school year, they have meshed seamlessly with us, only testifying the strong bonds that are characteristic of this class. Somehow, despite many of us being fairly new, we've managed to grow so close. But above all, through our time in school, our class has proved to be memorable in many ways. From afar, this class seems to be small, but our accomplishments prove otherwise. Look closer at our class, and you'll find someone who has received a perfect score on the PSAT, a National Merit Scholar, those who will continue our legacy in serving in the military, talented athletes, chefs, artists, and a future of bright scholars. Many of you I may not see again, so let this speech be my final homage to you. On the other hand, James, I expect to see you bright and early at the start of fall semester 2019 for San Diego State University. With that being said, from this day forward, I encourage you all to recognize that life is like a game of cards. By now, we understand that, like Randy Pausch said, we cannot change the cards we are dealt with, just how we play the hand. It is solely up to ourselves to add meaning to our lives, as we are the only ones capable of doing so. Remember, meaning isn't defined by where you attend college or how many degrees you have. It is defined by the person you choose to be. Class of 2019, today's graduation is not merely a celebration for leaving high school. Today is a celebration of all the times you've shared, the times you wasted, and the times you wanted to give up but didn't. I'm convinced that even years from now, we will continue to identify ourselves strongly with what we call here the quote-unquote family. This is a day we've achieved through the help of our school and the help of our loved ones that no one can take away from. Last but not least, I want to thank you, class of 2019, for all the good times you shared together. Go Samurai!
Every year, millions of dollars go unclaimed in scholarship monies. Fortunately, some of MC Perry's students applied for and received scholarships that will assist them in their educational endeavors. This year's class garnered more than, or close to, $250,000 in scholarship funding. We are very proud of all of your accomplishments.
This year's class valedictorian is Catherine Harris, who is graduating with a cumulative grade point average of 4.321. Please welcome Catherine Harris, who will
deliver. Good evening. I'd like to begin with a congratulations to my fellow graduates. We made it. This has been quite the year, and I know you all have faced immense challenges. Your perseverance and strength is awe-inspiring. And to the friends, family, teachers, students, and everyone else who is supporting us here, thank you for your presence. It is with the utmost honor that I am able to speak before you today. Fortunately for you all, it is me speaking. There was a while there where I was seriously considering a 3-minute harmonica solo. You're welcome. On behalf of the senior class, I'd like to extend a special thank you to 2 people in particular who have guided us through this final year of high school. Ms. Swiderski, your thoughtfulness and constant attention to detail made senior year one to remember. We could not have asked for a better class sponsor. Ms. Cobb, thank you for your love and encouragement to every one of us. I personally always felt that you saw the best in me, even when I didn't see it in myself, and I know many of us here on stage feel the same way. You both made Perry home. To the other teachers who made life as Samurai great, thank you. Whether Perry was our only high school or our third, your guidance made a profound impact on our lives, sometimes unintentionally. I came to Perry as a junior and was lucky enough to have Mr. Ratz's AP Language and Composition class. Have to be honest, I did not relish analyzing essays, though I did learn a lot. Besides diction and syntax, sorry, I know some of you probably never want to hear those words again, I was taught to look for an author's exigence, their reason for writing. Knowing their motivation could inform the meaning of an entire essay. More likely than not, class discussions on the subject were meant as a straightforward lesson on an admittedly important aspect of writing. However, for me, talking about exigence made something click. In life, like in writing, you have to find your reason to be, your raison d'etre, if you will. Whether your reason to be is love of life, love of others, or love of yourself, it's not wrong to be motivated by your own ambition. Finding your drive will be a guiding torch in the darkest days and a brilliant light that illuminates the beauty of the best. And so, class of 2019, I encourage you to find your exigence. I already see so much passion among you. Our class is resolved to heal others, to capture life's beauty with art, to kick ass on the soccer field, to engineer and create, to bake the best macarons you've ever tasted, and to live life to the fullest in all its possibilities. We're going places. There will inevitably be setbacks along the road to success, but I'm confident that with faith in our own exigence and in our own abilities, every one of us will be able to overcome life's challenges with grace and poise. I am beyond excited to see where life will take us all. It is such a blessing to call you my classmates and be able to walk across this stage with you all today. I want to give a final thank you to those who have helped me find my own reason to be. To my teachers, thank you for encouraging me to strive for the best during the last 12 years and for showing me the world's fascinating complexity. To my directors and castmates, thank you for making the theater a second home for me throughout 2 international moves. To Sierra, Karen, and Kenzie, thank you for your laughter and for the memories we've shared. You 3 have a special place in my heart. Charlie, you're the best brother I could ask for. I'm so proud of you. To Mom and Dad, I love you beyond words and could never thank you enough for all you have given me. And to those here on stage with me now, thank you for one hell of a senior year. Spending it alongside you has been an experience I'll never forget. You are an incredible group of people. I'm trying not to be too sappy, but I really do love y'all. I admire qualities in every one of you. I'll look back on my time here at Perry fondly, and it's because of your presence in it. Truly. Thank you. Now, I think some major congratulations are in order. 12 years are coming to a close, and we now move on to the rest of our lives. Congratulations, class of 2019. With our reasons to be, we'll accomplish great things.
The class of 2019 asked Mr. Travis Ratz to be their guest speaker, a tribute to his outstanding dedication and support for all students at MC Perry High School. Excuse me. Mr. Ratz is an English and drama teacher here at MC Perry High School and comes from a family of Dodea teachers. Born in Angeles City, Philippines, Mr. Ratz spent his entire adolescence in the Dodea system living on Clark Air Base, Misawa Air Base, and Camp Zama, Japan, where he graduated high school in 2002. He studied English literature at Arizona State University. He taught for 12 years in Phoenix, Arizona, before moving to Iwakuni in 2016. He has immersed himself in the creative arts, co-founding Fourth Wall Theater in Phoenix, hosting successful podcasts, as well as writing and publishing content for both the stage and various digital platforms. He's an extensive world traveler, having traveled to over 20 countries on 6 continents in his 35 years of life. He believes that writing and storytelling in its various forms has the power to transform not only the individual, but the communities and world around him. Please welcome Mr. Travis Ratz.
Class of 2019. I want to start today by saying how truly honored you should feel to have me speak at your graduation ceremony. I mean, you're welcome, okay? There's no need for applause. I get paid handsomely. I actually needed help with the speech, so I asked my English students, I said, you know, when I give you an essay, where do you go for your ideas? And they said, we go to sparknotes.com. I said, okay, that works, I'll check it out. So I went on there and I did some surfing, and I just want to put that out there before I begin my speech. Fourscore and 7 years ago, we fought them on the beaches, we fought them on the landing grounds. We happy few, we band of brothers had a dream that Plymouth Rock we did not land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Sparknotes.com, www, hashtag not cheating. High school's easy, I mean, that's it. That took me like 5 minutes to do that. You know, 17 years ago, I was standing right where you are on a graduation stage. I was just 1,117,000 steps northeast of here in Camp Zama, Japan. And yeah, I did the step conversion. I'm more than just grammar. It took me like a week of walking with my Fitbit, but I got it converted on there, so we're good. It's been 17 years since I've graduated high school, and I've been teaching high school for 12 years now, and I'm going to tell you with all honesty that you are the kindest group of students I have ever had the pleasure to teach. Now, I know that kind sounds like such a simple word, but I think sometimes the simplest adjectives can be the hardest to uphold. Good, nice, kind, tall. I mean, honestly, Kai, I don't even know why you're here. You don't even need a degree. If you're as tall as you are, people just like walk up and give you things in life. They're like, oh, here you go. Here's a great life to live up to. I'm not bitter about it at all. No, but you guys are really the kindest class that I've encountered in my years of teaching. There's not a day that goes by that I don't walk past any one of you in the halls that I don't receive a sincere hello or good morning, Mr. Rats. If I have my arms full of stuff, you're always willing to help. And your class is truly an oasis of altruism in this kind of ever-growing desert of isolation and entitlement. So it's really impressive to see you guys every day in the hallways and just how genuinely kind you are. You have spent 12 years in school systems getting an education. We call it an education system. And do you know why we use the word system? It's a rhetorical question. Because education is designed to produce a product, an educated human being. This is why you are taught relatively the same books and relatively the same lessons as thousands of your peers across America. It's proven itself to be an efficient system, much like Henry Ford's mass production factory system. And I'm not knocking the system, boss. I'm fully invested in the system. I've spent my whole life in it. It is designed to teach you the basic criteria for navigating a civilized society. So you guys are good, okay? Relax. I mean, even if you got C's in math or you were never able to score that 100% on an essay, you guys have the basic components and the academic foundation to be set free in the world. Many of you will go on to college and receive more specialized training and theory through our education system. Others will mix their grit with their academic foundations in the armed services next year. These are excellent choices. For the good of society, I want you to go out there and become doctors and teachers and entrepreneurs and protectors of our freedom. However, as your teacher, and now as your friend, I want you to live fully realized and wildly passionate lives. And in order to do that, you will have to engage with something no system of education can prepare you for, and that is the unknown. Now, in order to address all the challenges that come up with facing the unknown, I thought I'd tell you a true story of one of the many times that I have faced the great unknown. Then I thought, why just tell it when I could perform it? DJ Fusion in the back, will you kindly hit the track? It was the summer of 2006. I had just graduated college. I had no money, no idea of what I wanted to do for a career, and despite 4 years of college, I had no discernible skills. Thanks, liberal arts degree. What I did have was a hunger to travel, to test what little I knew about myself against the world. So I gathered what little money I had, grabbed my 2 friends, and headed off to Bratislava to spend the next few months biking around Eastern Europe, camping under the stars, and learning as much from experience as I could. I was headed into the great unknown. Airport with our chests puffed out in confidence. We hopped on a tube to grab our connecting flight to Gatwick Airport. I was a tingle with fear and excitement. I was doing it. After 4 years of my head in books and serving tables, I was going on an adventure. I was going to find myself. Uh-oh, the first roadblock. Our train stopped. We were stuck in the largest blackout London had seen in 20 years. When it was over, we couldn't argue our way onto another flight with our non-refundable tickets. I was 22, I couldn't afford travel insurance. So I began my big adventure sleeping, curled up in the rain, outside a subway station. The next morning was brighter. We woke up, crossed the London Bridge at dawn, bought bikes, and headed south into the great unknown. It rained for 2 weeks straight as we rode 8 to 10 hours a day, soaked to the bone. At night, we would set up our pup tents in fields and wake up with slugs stuck to us, eat cheap cans of cold ravioli, and shower with water bottles. I was tired and saddle sore. But as we biked our way south through England, ferried across the English Channel, and south through France, every now and then, the sun would peek through. Just as we would reach the top of a hill, I would turn my MP3 player on. It held only 40 songs at this point. Click to my favorite track, and glide down wild hills with the wind in my face and the great unknown ahead of me. By the time we reached Paris, I had had enough of biking. I left my bike along with my friends in front of the Paris Opera House and ventured out on my solo tour of the world. I was going to hitchhike, meet strangers, and have the time of my life. I was going into the great unknown alone. And so it went. Weeks of hitchhiking, sleeping in strangers' homes, and under the stars, and meeting characters stranger than those in Dickens' novels. I was so confident that I decided to head to another continent. Africa. Morocco. Once again into the great unknown! I landed in the port city of Tetuan, Morocco. As Obi-Wan would say in Star Wars.
You will never find the more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
But I wasn't scared. I was a traveler. I headed into the city which wound about like the bazaar-filled cities seen in Disney's Aladdin. I bounced with a spring in my step from alleyway to alleyway, taking in all the colors and joy of the town. That's when I noticed a group of men following me. I quickened my pace until it turned into a full-on run through the narrow corridors of Tetuan. I turned at a corner into a set of locked doors. Dead end. A flash of night. Some threatening words. This was it. I was done. Like Romeo, I was fortune's fool! I threw down my bag and the thieves descended. But I had a moment. I ran past them, ran as fast as I could for I don't know how long. When I stopped, all I had was what I was wearing. All I was wearing and my passport and credit card that I had strapped in my undies travel belt. I lived to see another day. After hours of paying off police officers and corrupt travel officials, I was on a flight out of Casablanca on my way home. My great adventure into the unknown had ended in failure. Or had it? I told you it was going to be weird. I don't talk about this trip too much. In fact, the further away from it I get, the less real it feels. It feels like something I've read rather than something I've experienced. But it taught me something that no institution ever could. It taught me that I was resilient, that I could survive. It was how I also started to discover who I was when I was stripped bare and naked to stand and look at myself and my fears. You see, when you crash into the unknown, not all of you makes it to the other side. Parts of yourself that you thought were essential, you lose. But you gain things as well. The result is a clearer picture of who you are and what your place is in the world. This next stage of your life is going to be a fantastically large leap into the unknown. And I hope it is one of thousands to come. I'm going to warn you right now that entering the unknown can be scary. There are easier paths. There are safer paths. I mean, honestly, for your backgrounds in education, the path to the American dream is pretty much laid out for you. It ends with a 60-inch flat-screen TV, the financial ability to shop at Whole Foods once a week, and brunch. I mean, who doesn't love brunch? But for you non-brunchers, your path will be harder. The path of the unknown is filled with blisters, sleepless nights, top ramen, food poisoning, heartache, and diarrhea. It offers no guarantees, except for one. Every time you return from the unknown, every time you survive it, you become a more fully realized human being. Take everything that is you, everything that you have learned, experienced, and loved, and crash it into the unknown. Graduating class of 2019, what I wish for you is 1,000 loves and heartaches, 1,000 new hellos and painful goodbyes, adventures, successes, and failures. But most of all, I wish you the best of luck as you head into 1,000 great unknowns.
That was amazing. Our graduates have excelled academically, and we would like to take a moment to recognize our National Honor Society members who wear the golden stoles and cords to represent their participation in the National Honor Society. Please rise when your name is called. James Michael Asuncion, Christopher Dillport, Jericho Eusebio, Zachary Forrester, Mary Elena Garcia, Catherine Harris, Marian Vespri, and Hannah Widener. Please give them a round of applause. You may be seated. Additionally, the following students wear the National Honor Society Gold Medallion for maintaining a 4.0 cumulative grade point average throughout their high school careers. Please rise when your name is called. Maria Elena Garcia, Catherine Harris, and Marian Vespri. May be seated.
Now to present the graduates of Matthew C. Perry High School with their diplomas is our principal, Mr. Lorenzo Brown, who will be aided by our senior class sponsor, Ms. Patricia Swiderski. First row, please stand. Lexis Marie Alvarado.
This fall, I plan on enlisting in the Navy for 4 years. In the meantime, I will be taking college classes to become a coach for cross country. I want to thank my family for all the support they have gave. I especially want to thank my parents, especially for always pushing me to become a better person and being a great role model. I can't thank my parents enough for everything they have done. Shout out to my daddy, you're the best. I miss you. Hasta luego.
Isabella Athena Archuleta.
After I graduate, I plan on attending California State University, San Bernardino, and majoring in biochemistry. I would like to thank my parents and brothers for keeping me happy throughout my high school career. I would also like to thank my close friends I have had here in Japan for helping me through my rough times. I truly love you all so very much.
James Michael Oliva Asuncion.
I plan to attend San Diego State University, where I will be majoring in computer science. I would like to thank God for the constant blessings, my family for pushing me to become the best version I can possibly be, my best buds in Jericho, Michaela, and Jayreen for the everlasting laughs, love, and support. Without any of you guys, I would not be where I am today. Also, shout out to Mr. Lang, Mr. Rossiter, Mrs. Lewis, and Mr. Dursky for all their efforts to make this the best year ever. Mahal ko kayong lahat.
Kayla Mackenzie Averett.
After graduation, I plan on attending the University of Alabama in the fall to major in nursing and become a pediatric nurse practitioner. I would like to thank my mother and father for always loving and supporting me, as well as my aunts, uncles, cousins, and grandparents for their endless love and contributions. Roll Tide.
Hazel May Bolduc.
I plan to commit to Jacksonville University and major in international business. I would like to thank my best friends for always being there for me, my siblings for showing me the true definition of what tough love is, and most importantly, my parents. Thank you for everything you have done for me and supporting me even through the tough times. Nay, salamat sa bawat ginawa mo sa akin. Ito para sa'yo, mahal kita.
Lorenzo Bernard Brown II.
After graduation, I plan on attending the University of South Carolina to major in business. I would like to thank Mr. Lang and Mr. Kramer for coaching me for all 4 years of high school, and also my closest friends, my teammates, the Taka, my visiting family, my 2 sisters, Lakia and Lindea, and lastly, my parents, whom without none of this would be possible.
Jacob Hendrick Brownlee.
While I'm not sure where I'm going to college or what I'm going to do, I would like to thank my parents, my little brother, all of my friends, all my teachers, and Master and Kramer.
Isaiah Matthew Chase.
Next year, I plan to attend the University of Florida for a degree in aerospace engineering. I'd like to thank my parents, my mom and my dad, my family, my brothers, my mom for always being a guiding hand for me, even if I might have not wanted it at the time. I want to thank all the teachers here, specifically Master and Lieutenant Colonel, for everything they've done for me. They've truly all helped me become the person I am, and I'm grateful for it.
Christopher Matthew Dillport.
After graduation, I plan on attending Texas State University at San Marcos to study pre-med. I would like to thank my family for always supporting me, and I would like to shout out the 11 brothers for always making me laugh and making senior year fun and memorable. Finally, I would like to thank my teachers for mentoring me and teaching me valuable lessons. Without everyone, I would not be here today, and for that, I am grateful.
Jericho Ronell Lengad Eusebio.
I plan to attend the University of California, Riverside to study chemistry. Thank you to my parents for providing me with the tools necessary to succeed, to my brothers who have constantly paved the way, to Michaela for all the love and care. I love you guys. Thank you to my teachers for taking care of me both inside and outside the classroom. It's been a pleasure learning from you. Shout out to Ms. Widerski for making all of this happen. You're the best senior sponsor we could have ever asked for.
Michaela Grace Marie Feltner.
I will be attending Heidelberg University in Tiffin, Ohio, and majoring in exercise science in hopes to become a physical trainer. First, a special thanks to Ms. Sodersky for all that she has done for our class and me personally. Jericho, thank you for all the math tutoring and love. All of my siblings for being the crazy brothers and sister whom I have so much love for. And to my amazing parents who have pushed me to reach my full potential in everything I do. I wouldn't be up on this stage without you guys. I love you all so much.
Andrew Ryan Forrester.
After I graduate, I plan on taking a gap year and then reapply for the NRTC scholarship for the class of 2024. I would like to thank my parents and my family for the person they raised me to be.
Zachary Wayman Forrester.
After graduation, I'm going to attend College of the Ozarks, and I will be studying social science education. I want to thank my siblings Drew, Olivia, and Alec for helping me to be a better person. I also wanted to thank my loving parental units who have been with me every step of the way. I love you guys.
Maria Elena Sarmiento Garcia.
This fall, I will be attending the University of Colorado in Denver and the medical school in California to study neurology. I'd like to thank my older siblings Erica, Yukari, and Alejandro for supporting, teaching, and protecting me all my life. I also wish to thank my dear parents for their constant and unconditional love. Lastly, I want to thank my little sister, Annalisa, for being my best friend. I love you guys with all my heart.
Second row, please stand. Elena Laura Lynn Gregg.
Next year, I'll be going to Louisiana State University to major in nursing. I want to thank my parents for always being there for me throughout our moves, and my little brother for always being my best friend. I love you, Blake, and then my best friend, Megan, and all of my teachers who've helped me get this far.
Colin Gregory Griffith.
After graduation, I plan to pursue college in Japan at UMUC before moving back to the States. I'd like to thank my mom and dad for guiding me into the future and my adulthood.
Haley McCamey Harris.
I plan to attend Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, Virginia after graduation, and I intend to major in international relations and national security. First, I'd like to thank my mother and father for supporting me in everything I have done for the past 18 years. I appreciate you and the sacrifices you have made for me. I would also like to thank my little sister for always being there for me. I love you all. Next, I would like to thank my best friends, Abby and Jayla, for their support. I miss you both and can't wait to see you all again. Finally, I would like to thank the teachers that invested their time in me and made learning fun.
Catherine Christine Harris.
I will be attending University of Florida this fall. I'd like to say thank you to my friends who have made this year great, especially my 3 ducks. You bring me so much joy. Thank you also to the teachers who have guided me through 12 years of school. Most of all, thank you to my parents and Charlie for always supporting me. I love you forever and always.
Christian David Irons.
After high school, I plan on going to college in Oklahoma. I would like to thank my parents for always pushing me in the hard times through high school, the times I didn't want to do what I had to do to graduate, the times I never believed in myself. My parents are always there to make sure I was able to complete my dreams.
Anthony Uto Laney.
Next year, I will be attending the University of Texas at San Antonio. I would like to thank my parents for their unconditional love and support through all these years. I would also like to thank God, my brothers, and my friends for making these years eventful.
Kai Leaf Lang.
After graduation, I plan on attending the University of the Pacific to play soccer. I'd like to thank my parents for always supporting me, my brother for guiding me, and the 11 brothers for making my senior year enjoyable and something I'll never forget.
Trey Musashi Limasi.
I plan on going to the University of Alabama. I'd like to thank all my teachers for giving me the work I need in order to get the diploma, and I'd also like to thank my parents for supporting me through life. I'd like to also thank my friends for making things interesting in high school.
Karen Maki Marumoto.
After graduation, I will be attending the University of Oregon as a biochemistry major. I would like to thank my friends, Leanne, Katie, Kenzie, and Sierra for being there for me through this adventure. I would also like to thank my amazing teachers for believing in me when I couldn't believe in myself. And to my family, for loving me and supporting me from the start. And Mama, いつもお話を聞いてくれてありがとう。みんな18年間ありがとう。愛してるよ。I love you all.
Kyle Malcolm Miranda.
After I graduate, I plan on serving the United States Air Force for 4 years while earning my bachelor's degree in science, majoring in chemistry. I'd like to send my sincerest gratitude to my entire family for supporting me throughout this journey. I would also like to thank all the teachers I was lucky enough to build a relationship with this school year. Thank you to my closest friends for supporting me through all the stress I've endured in this journey. I love you all.
Kevin Andre Ordinario.
I will be attending California State University, San Marcos, and I'm going to major in computer science. I want to thank my parents for taking great care of me. I wouldn't have made it this far without you pushing me to do greater. I also thank my JROTC instructors, Master Sergeant Brad Kramer and Lieutenant Colonel Jason Perdue, for always pushing me to excel. Finally, I'd like to do a verbal salute and thanks to my dear friends, the marksmanship team, and especially my love, Hannah Carlson.
Bradley Joseph Ponciano.
After graduation, I plan on going to Embry-Riddle Online in California. I would like to sincerely thank my parents and sister for always being there for me. Finally, I would like to thank my friends and my 11 brothers for making my senior year an amazing year.
Third row, please stand. Jake Ichiro Ross.
I plan on taking a year off to learn Japanese in order to be able to go to a Japanese college. I would like to thank my mom and dad for supporting me up to this point and from here on out keep on supporting me. I would also like to thank my teachers, but mostly my friends Ayumi, Tiffany, Ageha, John, and Yugo for making this a great and memorable year.
Takumi Lakota Roth.
It's your boy to cook me broth. I'm going to CVTC, and shout out to all the fam squad, don't at me.
William Henry Rudolph.
After graduation, I plan on moving to Minnesota to attend SCTCC to earn my certification as an electrician. I want to thank my parents, my sister, Coach Lang, and Mama Ski for everything they've done for me in the past 4 years.
Dane Parker Ruth.
After graduation, I will be attending Sinclair Community College in Dayton, Ohio. I will be studying criminal justice to get my associate's degree. I'd like to thank my parents for all their continued love and support, as well as my teachers for always being there for me and helping to provide a healthy education. And of course, my friends for all the love, support, and the laughs that they've given me these 4 years. Thank you, everyone.
Sarah Chie Saiki.
After high school, I'd like to attend Nagasaki Junior College to pursue my dream as a patissier. I'd like to thank my siblings, Alicia and Eric, for being great role models. Thank you, Dad, for inspiring me to be a better person, but also for teaching me to tolerate your dad jokes every year. お母さん、いつも私と家族を支えてくれてありがとう。本当に感謝しています。Last, I'd like to thank my best friends, Natalie and Gabuo, for being there for me. Thank you for everything that you guys have done. I love you all very much.
Glenn Andrew Sayre.
Thank you, Mom and Bobby, for running culture so pain. Thank you to my dad. And I love you guys.
Charles Patrick Scott.
I will be going to George Mason University in Fairfax County, Virginia, and I would like to give thanks to my parents, who've done all that they can for me, been the best that they could for me, and I thank them for that. I also thank my friends here at MC Perry for helping me grow, for pushing me to do good, and for just being there for me. Thank you, guys.
Dion Tariq Stevens.
Next year, I'll be going to the University of Nevada, Las Vegas to study computer engineering. I'd like to thank my mother, father, sister, and brothers, the Taka group, and all coaches and teachers who helped me along the way.
Valerie Alexis Deandra Thomas.
After graduation, I plan to attend Pensacola State to get my vocational certification in carpentry. I would like to thank my mama and dad for getting me to this point, because without you, I could not have gotten this far. Auntie Chris and Uncle Henry for supporting me, my cousins for making me laugh, and my siblings for toughening me up.
Natalie Ann Yule.
I will be attending Temple University in Tokyo for the fall semester. I will major in international business and would like to thank Ms. Swiderski for helping me to not fail pre-calculus, and most of all, my parents for always being there for me.
Marion Kanoa Vespri.
After graduation, I'll be attending San Diego State University to major in marketing. I'd like to thank my parents for all they've done for me these years, supporting me through thick and thin, and my brother and my little sister for filling my life with joy. I'm also grateful for my friends who, despite being miles away, have managed to stick with me since middle school.
Hannah Lene Widener.
I will be attending Utah State next year with my sister. I would like to thank my parents for always supporting me and the rest of my family for always being there. I would also like to thank Christian and all of my friends for their support throughout the years.
Trinity Marie Wolf.
After high school, I plan on attending Savannah College of Art and Design to pursue a bachelor's degree in film and television. I'd like to thank my family, my friends, and teachers who helped me along the way. Also, a very special thank you to all the Marines at Comstrat who taught me so much about photography and videography. And finally, thank you to the best senior class ever. You have all made my senior year the best it could ever be.
Seniors, please be seated. Mr. Brown. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Matthew C. Perry High School, it is my sincere hope that today's graduates go forth in life with a passion for lifelong learning, lifelong self-reflections, and a lifelong sense of gratitude for all the opportunities that the world affords you. Mr. Brown, I proudly present to you the graduating class of 2019.
Department of Defense Education Activity and its Director, Mr. Thomas Brady, Department of Defense Dependent Schools Pacific and its Director of School Excellence, Ms. Lois Rapp, and the Pacific East District and its Superintendent, Dr. Stephen Bloom. I have reviewed and certified your official school transcripts and now have the honor and privilege to announce that you are members of the class of 2019 and are now graduates of Matthew C. Perry High School. You may turn your tassels. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2019 class of MC Perry High School. Hold your positions, please. Hold your positions.
This is how we do